He had a question. Who had a question?
Muhammad, you
had a
about
question.
Fighting a karate man and not being afraid of anybody in a ring.
Oh.
But what things in life have you ever been afraid of? Well, I know you don't like flying.
Being of the Muslim Islamic faith, I'm afraid of one thing. We all only, a true Muslim only fears Allah. Allah is the Arab name for God. We don't fear nothing but Allah. I don't like airplanes. I'm in them all the time, though. I can say I can't stand flying, but I fly more than anybody. So I just gave up on worrying about it now. But it's a bad feeling when you get in a thunderstorm or it's cloudy and you hear lightning in the wings. It actually look like they're going to break, and the plane like it can't take no more stress. You understand? You been in one of those flights?
Yeah.
Oh, it's scary, right?
I saw you scared when those old ladies pushed you against the wall in the supermarket.
Yeah, that scared me. Yeah, they were really crushing me.
How did you get out of that?
Thousands of them.
John, come in.
Well, it's just that whenever anybody talks about you, they talk about your stinging and your floating and your psyching, but nobody's ever talked about the fact that you take a punch. You take a punch better than anybody since the war, apart from Marciano, I should think. But you do get hurt.
If I have to, I'll take one, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you get hurt, and the way you get out of it is fool around or pretend it hurts a bit more than it did.
Yeah, you're right.
So which is the worst round? Was it the 11th against Frazier? Or the 5th
Yeah, now
against
you're talking. You are a good observer. 11th round. Frazier, you're right. I've been hit, and I pretend. Jerry Quarry hit me. Bobby Foster hit me.
Yeah.
And I would like...
Right.
And they said, no, you're not tricking me. You're just trying to make me slip in. That's what they're thinking, playing possum.
Right.
But I was really hit. But if I had acted normal, it would have looked too genuine. So I was hit so hard, my toes were shaking until I said, oh, I'm in trouble. So I said, I want to put a little emphasis. You know, and they laid back to see if I'm really hurt that bad. You had a question up there, fella in red.
Well, I know that Ed's got one that comes on from there. Stuart over here, Mohammed.
Could you clear up, Mohammed, the time against Sonny Liston when you said that there was stinging in your eyes? What happened?
He looked like a Kennedy, don't he?
A kid?
Kennedy.
Oh, Kennedy, yeah.
Wow.
I'm not.
Okay, well, stinging what?
You know,
Oh, Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston, you said your eyes were stinging. What happened there?
I'm going to tell you something. You hear about the crooked element in boxing? I'm going to tell you another truth, honest to God truth. A fella came to my gymnasium about a week before I left Zaire. He said, do you want to win that fight in Zaire? I said, yeah, I'm going to win. Well, I got something there's no way for you to lose. I said, what? He said, little gangster cat, had his hat turned down. He's well known in the New York area. His name's been in the news. I won't say nothing. He came up to me, honest to God, he said, he had a little stuff in a bottle. He said, you see this? His head turned down, about 70 years old, a little gangster fellow, you know. All I can say is he was Italian. And
I'm married to one.
Yeah, well, she's not a gangster. This is a gangster. He said, you take this, if you should get in trouble, rub this on your gloves. You can't see it, you can't smell it. It's hot. And then when you jab him, as soon as you touch him, and the first bit of perspiration, and just the heat, it won't blind him or hurt him for good, but for a few minutes, this man will actually not be able to see. And you use this if you have to. I took it. I said, okay, I wasn't going to use it. Wasn't thinking about that. God would punish me even think about something like that. I'm winning my fights. Honestly, I don't do that. Anyway, I still got the bottle. But the same fella was in Liston's corner the night that happened to me. And the same fellow is real tight with Jack Nylon, the Liston people. The same fellow. I can't say no names or nothing. You never guess who he is. But now, show you how he's about 70 years old, but he must have forgotten because he did that to me, and I could have popped him in the nose or had him arrested or anything. So that's what happened to me. Because you remember in the Liston fight, for one round, I couldn't hardly see. I was holding my hand out. Were you at that fight, Reggie?
Yeah.
And I really couldn't see. I just cleared up for some reason. And that must be what they used on me, because it didn't happen to the 5th round after I got Liston in trouble. They put that same thing on me.
Nobody's ever asked you to throw a fight, Mohammed. You're not saying it the other way. Nobody's asked you to lose, have they?
No, nothing like that. They tried to give me some gimmicks to win, but I wouldn't accept that.
Terry Mancini. Professional footballer in the back there, Mohammed.
Football?
Yeah, football.
He still play?
Yes, he does.
Bald head man playing football? Yeah, Henry Cooper.
Henry put you on the floor when he was a bald-headed man.
Sure did. Who said that? Who said that?
Same guy.
I'll see you after the show.
No, I agree. I agree everything that people write about you, although I don't agree with the press a lot of the times. You're the greatest, tremendous, great showman, marvellous. You said earlier that they can't fill Yankee Stadium or Houston Astrodome.
They can't what?
They can't fill it. Sorry, they can fill it and they can fill it twice over. But your pre-fight build-ups, when you go to the weigh-in and you have, or they appear mock-up battles with the other opponent. Are they really? How much is that towards the
well, I'm not
promotion
really
of the fight?
wanting to fight there because I wouldn't be paid. But I really do be angry. I have to psych myself up. I put myself on spots. I say...
Is this for press, and for the build up for the fight?
Well, not really, because the evening of the fight is when that happens, and it's really sold out by then. But it actually puts fear in your opponent, like George Foreman. Just before the fight, I'm looking at him, and the man's giving his instructions. I said, sucker, you are in trouble tonight. You are fighting the greatest fight of all times. You heard I was the greatest, like you just said you heard this, now you see it. I said, you said I was the greatest, but you're gonna see. I'm fast, sucker. I'm gonna burn you up. You were fighting your idol. When you were a little kid, you were hearing about me, you know. And he was. He wasn't even fighting. He didn't have his first fight in 1969. I'd been exiled 2 years after all I'd done. He just started fighting. So when I was fighting people like you in the 60s, he was just a little kid in junior high school. I said, you're meeting your master, your idol. He looked at me. And then I went back, first round, I laid in the corners, right? I said, come on, show me something. I talked through the whole fight. I don't know if you all know it. I talked through the whole fight. I said, come on, sucker. I said, show me something. They told me you could hit hard. You're just a sissy. Come on, sucker. Show me something. Come on, you can do better than that, George. You want to corner me? Here I am. You're waiting to corner me? And he just, and every once in a while I just go, See, the quickest way to a point is a straight line. To hit me, he had to do that. And while he's doing that, I said, I'm tagging him with jabs, right? Pop, pop. You're a fighter, you know. Whenever you meet a man coming at you like that, don't worry about it. Don't duck like it's so powerful. Just pop him. Pop. See, he's going. I done hit him before he got there. You understand? He's sticking one in.
What else did you say to him, Mohammed? What else did you say to him?
Oh, I grabbed his head sometimes and I said, look at you. Round 7, and you're tired. You have 8 more rounds to go. Come on, keep punching. I want you to get tired. I said, uh-oh. I said, this is the wrong place to get tired. This is the wrong place to get tired. And he's just throwing them. I said, and then he got a couple of bruises. If you notice, his face is kind of swollen. I said, look at you. You're the world heavyweight champion. You're the world, whoop's hitting him. You're the world heavyweight champion. And look at me, you can't, pop, I hit you. Just say, watch out, here come another one. Pop, I said, look at that. Look at that. He threw it in there. I said, come on, get him. I'm going back to the rope now. I laid back. I said, okay, take your best shot. Take your best shot. He's breathing. I said, oh, you finished, boy. You are in trouble. I said, you don't have but 2 chances, slim and none. You're in trouble. I talked to him through the whole fight.
Did anyone ever talk back to you?
Just a sec. Go on. No, do you want to say something about talking?
He didn't say one word back to me.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question, you know. As a heavyweight, you're much faster than any other heavyweight. I'd like to know if it's always been the same. When you say light heavyweight and middleweight.
Yeah,
and
I was the fastest then, right? Much faster than I am now.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty fast, but I preserve my energy. I could come out dancing and hopping like I did when I was 21, but I don't know how long I could do it. And if I do it, it might take too much out of me for the distance. From here on out, you won't see a real dancing Muhammad Ali. Right. You'll see me using my strength and my power. I'll be laying on the ropes, and I'll be letting my men take the best shots. Like you said, people realize I can take a punch now, but they always wondered if I could because I never let them see. You understand?
Well, didn't you wonder?
Didn't I wonder?
Whether you could?
You wonder what'll happen one day if, you know, if you fly a lot, right? You fly.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about sometime, what would we do?
Only taking off.
Something happened, you know? How would I do? You never hope it'd happen, but, you know.